Is the packaging design for Wonho's Facade album good packaging design? Hey, my name is Steven. I'm an editorial designer. Let's review the packaging design for Wonho's Facade album.
So the other day when I was filming this video, I unfortunately forgot to record this section, but what I did want to make note is a quote from an interview with Wonho. So in a Rolling Stones interview, Wonho describes this album as like entering a carnival or an amusement park and spending the whole day together. Quote, "You get to experience an array of emotions as a carnival, and I tried to portray them through this album," end quote. So I hope that gives you a little bit of context regarding some of the choices that I made when explaining why I think some of the design elements do not work with what was portrayed in the packaging design.
The design components of Wonho's album, I believe, fall short of connecting with the emotional depth and thematic substance of the music it conveys. The album's design, which focuses on the ideas and experiences you have at a carnival or an amusement park, again, full range of emotions, I think fails to adequately communicate these concepts. Rather than embracing the exuberant, colorful ambiance associated with carnival, the album's visuals and aesthetics appear to be largely gloomy and somber, missing kind of the essential variety to really portray the soul of the track list. Much of the album utilizes photography over typography. However, the imagery and editorials are very high quality, but lack a range of style to enhance these themes. It seems they stuck to one theme with the editorials, which was this kind of very overdone royal prince concept, which many boy groups and solo artists do in K-pop. Overall, the photography is very dark and serious. In addition, much like the photography, the grid layout is pretty modest. Much of the typographic elements are top, bottom, or center aligned. This is not exciting. It doesn't speak to the concept. Repetition is important to establish consistency, but that results in a very serious and bland set of emotions. There is a clear use of pattern, as elements follow a strict repetition, whether that is photography or type placements. Breaking up the grid to create asymmetrical layout would have spoken more to this concept and been a lot more dynamic. Many of the elements create like a box or border that kind of traps you in. It's not freeing, it's not exciting, which in my opinion goes against the themes and emotions of this album. There is a really nice application of color to type, which that creates emphasis and hierarchy and allows for a good flow of information. With that, there is not enough contrast between these elements to create a clear emphasis. On the other hand, there is a really good application of white space, but without a more dynamic layout, it's very dull and doesn't create a lot of rhythm. The color palette is of red, white, and black. This palette is very moody and serious and kind of also perpetuates this theme of royal and prince. I wish it was a lot brighter and included more contrast in color to add variety. The color palette could have been utilized more throughout the album, whether that is in the typography elements or within the styling of the photography. The typography utilizes a really fun display font with a mix of custom serif and script. This speaks to the feel and the concept of the album and kind of plays with this idea of mixing emotions and elements that you may experience at a carnival. And this is a very modern way and would have been a good approach to some of the other themes and design elements within the packaging. The credits section play a lot more with the varying weights and styles to help push the concept and the mood. The color red could have been applied here to help more contrast and movement. I do really love the specialty printing element that's on the cover of having this additional flap. It is really nice and effective. Again, I think this production element of layering pieces would have been nice to apply throughout other elements within the design. And the foiled headline is a nice touch and it adds some dimension. In conclusion, the design elements presented in Facade miss out on the opportunity to engage with the audience and evoke the sense of wonder and excitement that a carnival or an amusement park would have typically conveyed. The album cover, the credit page, and the typography choices to me are the highlights of the design, and it speaks more to the concept and what they are trying to convey in the music. The absence of creative and diverse visuals further diminishes the album's ability to explore the full range of emotions promised within the music. I will note that this packaging and editorial design is not bad, but for this particular album and concept, it does fall pretty flat.